this video we will demonstrate nested port suppress capability. Here we have internal block definition, block diagram, IBD, and we have two parts. We have ports, PA and PB, right? And we have nested ports. So we could connect directly parts, ports of the parts or nested ports, and that would be correct, right? But actually, if we will create connections between the nested ports, that means that ports are connected, and that means that parts are connected. So in order not to duplicate connectors, we can show virtual connector. So here you see how that works. So first of all, we created those ports, and now we can even use here capability to automatically connect ports based on the compatible types and item flows. And here we can click on this one, and you see connectors are created, right? And you see connectors are created just between deep nested ports, not between the highest level ports or parts, right? But now how to show less information, because maybe we don't need that all the details in this diagram. So we can select port, and here you see in Smart Manipulator we have minus semantic zoom out. So click on that, and we see virtual connector. Instead of those ports, we see this one single virtual connector, which shows that there are 5 connectors available, right? So here we see on the right click, when can say also display underlying connectors, and we can see, you know, what are those connectors. We can go back, we can come back again, suppress, you know, we can use this plus minus here and this plus minus here, so we can show again ports, or we can suppress even more. So let's say I will click minus here, and by selecting connector and click minus, and see only connector between parts. And that's the least information I can get. So I don't need to create direct connector. I can just use the lowest level connectors between nested ports and suppress as much information as needed and show this only the virtual connector. And this works also during simulation. If you will use, for example, behavior in this part and send the signal to this part, it will use this connector, any of those nested connectors, to send this information. So for example, let's do this. Let's create some behavior, the most simple one. So create a diagram activity, and here I will create signal, and I will send, will name the signal. Let's say the signal will be this one. We'll send that signal here from the first part, and we'll send through port. And the port needs to be, because I'm sending from this, needs to be port of the nested one. So port A, for example, I'm sending through interface of this one. So P1, for example. Okay, close. So this was this one. Show it here. Why I can send through P1? Because if I will expand here even more, I see that P1 is available here, this one, and it goes to this one, right? Okay, again, semantic zoom out again. And now on this one, I can listen for this port, for the signal. So to listen, I will create another diagram, another activity diagram. In this diagram, I will say that I'm listening for this signal. So drag it here, create accept event action, and then go here, and then exit. But before that, I will put the breakpoint in order to stop when we receive this signal on this place. So let's drag it also here. Oh, this is the wrong one. This one, show it here. And here you can monitor that I received the signal, right? So let's run this simulation. We can run slower. And you see this received the signal, and the signal was received, and this became active. So even the ports are suppressed. If I send through nested port, I can leave the part, follow connector, and get to another connected part.